this pie chart. Guys, we're live, we're here, and we have more frames than last week. Today's episode is not brought to you by PowerPoint. Thank you very much. Thank you. Feels great. But are we alive? Great question, Matt Pack. Can please raise your hand if you're alive? We got one.
Thanks.
Two. Oh, we got everyone. Everyone's alive. That's great. Great. Charts, my favorite flavor of pie. That's great. I agree. That's what I want for my dessert. Pie chart. Excellent. Guys, I'm very excited to introduce to you 3 brand new contestants and 1 returning contestant. Although I think this is your first contestant with your surname that normally, I don't point out surnames on show, but this is your first episode married, right? I think? Or is it?
No, I believe I
then I
was on at least one time before.
Then never mind.
That.
Never mind. I've got nothing. I don't know how you fit in. You're going to do great,
Our names showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Myself.
If you want to hide your name, it's a little bit late now, but you
it does
can.
Not matter.
Great. Excellent. Archdiocese of Shovel. This Catholic last week started texting me shovel. I don't understand, but he loves shovels. I'm very happy for you, this Catholic, and shovels. Kairos is my friend, too. Kairos is great. Excellent. Chat, I'm super excited for tonight's episode. We're going to be talking about game development. We have 3 video game developers and Kimberly.
Hi, it's me. That's technically not true because earlier today I remembered that I once programmed a command line game of chess.
That's right.
College.
That's right. Okay, so never mind. Today we have 4 video game developers. The one part of the art team of the highly critically renowned Shepherd of Light from John Paul the Great University. We have YOMIC, who many of you know as creator of Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. We played that just yesterday. Was that yesterday? YOMIC, you were... Yeah, okay. I got my days
I think
straight.
it was yesterday. I get my days mixed up too.
It was great. We got halfway through a 2-hour game. It only took us 3 hours. And down at the bottom left, we have Kairos, who is clearly a fanatic hobbyist of code development, has a whole itch page of a melody of different games. So there, you there's many options there. So it's going to be great. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to talk about the highs and lows of game development, because there are many. Code work ahead. The code is working today. I tested all the code yesterday. All the deprecated code has been patched with duct tape. And there was a lot. There was indeed a lot. I muted nobody. Yeah. Kairos, you want to say hello to the chat?
Hello to the chat.
Excellent.
I am not muted.
Good.
I'm simply attempting to choose a wise time to speak.
I could learn from
Sorry. I was trying to say something kind of braggy, and it came out like way more insulting than I meant.
No. I thought it was great. I'm going to write that down in my spiritual journal. It'll be good. Calm down. Yeah, that's right. Chat, he was talking about you. He wasn't talking about me. You're talking to... No, please keep chatting. It looks good for my engagement. Great. If this is your first time here, this makes 3 Dans who are programmers in this community now. We've got this Dan. We've got Dan Martineau. Who's the third Dan that's a programmer? We have a third Dan? I trust you. Yes. Good. Great. If this is your first time here, this is a very simple show. It's kind of like... Well, I mean, there's questions and there's answers, and then you vote on what the best answers are. And by questions, I mean things that ask for a response. For example, the best video game from our childhood. Each of the contestants have come up with answers, and I'm going to put them up on screen and ask you to vote. The way you vote is, well, it's still abstract. So why don't I pull them up on screen first? I'm just going to, normally they get like 30 more seconds, but I'm just going to skip that. The best video game from our childhood, response number 1 is, before there was Dark Souls, there were Elder Scrolls. #Scrolls. If you like that answer, type #Scrolls. Response number 2 In the year 20XX, the best Mega Man game was made. #X. Response number 3, it was Morrowind. Too bad I waited till after college. #college. And response number 4 is pantomiming sorcerer battles in the backyard. #the original VR. I don't know that one. Morrowind is part of Elder Scrolls, isn't it? I don't know games. I shouldn't be hosting this episode. Okay.
It's a Scrolls. It's an Elder Scrolls game.
I've definitely heard of that Mega Man kid before. I know that one. What's the Sorcerer Battles? If this is a VR game? I'm so lost and confused. There's a VR game where you get to have a magic wand and shoot people with firebolts? Is this a thing? Huh. Questions, Peter, please. No, Peter. What? No one said Commander Keen. What's wrong with the world? When you're a kid and pretend to be a wizard. Oh, I get it. Guys, you can all chat. You're not sworn to silence, by the way.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I fear revealing which one my answer is.
Oh, no. It's not that serious. You can talk. Sometimes people will play mind games and try to figure things out. No, please talk freely. Pretend that something is your answer, even if it's not. That can be fun.
Well, all of the answers are the best, so you know.
No, Matt Pack. Peter did not swear us to silence. There was absolutely no written contract.
That's
definitely
right.
Not.
Good. These guys are really good at reading their scripts. I appreciate that. Excellent. I've definitely given away my answers multiple times on this show. Yeah, I can't think of any time. See, I won't remember. Look at this. We've got Kimberly with before there was Dark Souls, there were Elder Scrolls. Got you 5 votes. YOMIC with it in the year 20XX, the best Mega Man game was made. Got you 10 votes. Dan, it was Morrowind. Too bad I waited till after college. Got you 2 votes. And finally, Sarah with pantomiming sorcerer battles in the backyard. That was a thinker. 16 votes. What's the round?
It was a little bit off topic or like outside of the whole original question, but it was funny enough. I hoped it would work.
You know what? Chat liked it. I support it. You win your very first round of Game of Favorites. Congratulations, Sarah.
Your original video game was just touching grass.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a terrible game. I preferred Chip's Challenge. I didn't like it at all. Exactly this Catholic. Well done. Excellent. All right. Chat. That wasn't too painful, right? That worked. Everyone knew what was going on. Let's do it again. We have a new prompt now. Unlikely video game genre crossovers. This one's a thinker. This is one of those times where I say, you know what? I'm glad I'm not a contestant. Touch grass with this shovel. Why all this shovel talk? I'm gonna play Shovel Knight. That's all this means. Eventually, I'll play Shovel Knight. It'll be great.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I've heard. It looks really good. I would love to play Shovel Knight. All right, unlikely video game cross. Oh, hold on. Let's make sure everyone gets a chance. We're being lenient today. Does everyone get a chance to get their answers in? Yes, looks like yes. Good. All right, let's try this again. Unlikely video game genre crossovers. Response number 1 is Souls-like racing. Monster boss? More like monster trucks.
Now that's a new type of Mario Kart.
I like it. Response number 2, Church Simulator and Rhythm Game. Hashtag Chant Superstar.
Move over Friday Night Funkin'.
Response number 3, Horror and Racing. Hashtag Bloodborne Kart. There is an underscore between the Bloodborne and the cart. If you want to vote for that, include an underscore. It just doesn't show up very well. It's not very visible. I was not prepared for underscores. Chat, I wasn't, but it should work. Bloodborne underscore cart. Response number 4 is Dark Souls like and children's learning. Hashtag get good. Dark Souls like children's learning game. It's like as opposite as you can get. This is
frustrate your children.
Does your kid hate learning?
Good games.
He'll hate it.
Make it worse.
Still here.
What I love about these answers is immediately I'm brainstorming like, how could you make this work? This sounds incredible.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It was like a lot of these would actually be hilarious.
Yes.
The ones they teach the kids. I mean, yes, but not.
It's
not that way.
Super important. Every kid needs to know how to dodge.
First, you don't succeed. Try again.
Yeah, there you go. That is a lot.
Amazing. Well, good. I appreciate that.
One of the chat souls like and learning are basically the same thing, right?
Or yeah, that's relatable. Sometimes. Souls like and coding, really. All right, Souls like racing monster boss, more like monster truck. Well done, Kimberly. Got you 8 votes. Church simulator and rhythm game from Dan.
Was so good.
Brilliant. 14 votes. Incredible. Wins the round. Horror and racing, Bloodborne cart from YOMIC got you 4 votes. And Dark Souls like children's learning game from Sarah got 6. Very nicely done. Kimberly and YOMIC, it looks like you're going to be developing a game together. You have the same, very similar ideas there.
Yeah, like racing and terrifying horror.
Exactly.
It reminds me, have you heard of Choo Choo Charles? It's a horror game I want to play.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
based
based
With a name
off
like
Stephen
that,
King
that
thing?
sounds quality.
Stephen King does have a Choo Choo Charles. I don't know.
Racing? It makes me think of the Dragula car from the Munsters show with the grandpa, where it's like a drag like racer, but it's made out of a coffin.
That sounds incredible. I don't get references. So
it's basically knockoff Addams Family. It's
I love it.
Not as well known, but for whatever reason, that's the one my family knows instead of the Addams Family.
I remember it.
I like it. All right. Let's look at our scoreboard. We have Kimberly is now at 13. YOMIC is at 14. Dan is at 16. And Sarah is in the lead with 22. Great. All right. Unlike any other game engine, Godot 5.0 will be able to. Godot, by the way, is not the actress Godot. It is a game engine Godot. So distinctions. Chat, if you're not in the video game development world, Godot is just a place where nerds make games. That's the nerd. One of the places nerds congregate to make games. It's fun. It's great. Is it Godot the chocolate? Yes, it is in fact built on chocolate. All of the developers are only allowed to eat chocolate. When they're working on the code, they have to be eating chocolate.
Yes. When I was working on Alpha Man, I had a stomachache every day.
Bren, I also, before I got this question a little bit ago, I also thought it was Waiting for Godot. I was like, what is this referencing?
What is Waiting for Godot? Oh, is this a literature thing?
It's a literature thing. It's a well-known kind of play that, I mean, I think if you just watched the play, it would not be that great, but you're meant to read it and like think a bunch of thoughts of like, what does it mean? Yes, it's absurdist. I don't think that it's terrible, but it's definitely not for everybody.
It very well might be that Godot is referencing Godot because that's how programmers are.
Yeah, it is definitely a waiting for
we're missing a response. Hold on. Let me double check. Did everyone get the response? Yeah. Okay. So now we have. We're having mercy today, guys. It's a very Jesus thing to do. All right. Unlike any other game engine, Godot 5.0 will be able to still have no licensing fees. Hashtag unlike Unity. Guess who's never going to sponsor us? Response number 2. Listen to its user base. Hashtag Unity. Oh, wow. Guys, we're getting all the tea.
Should have known where this one was going.
It's incredible. Cecily, thank you for the 40 months. Oh, you're too kind. Also, I'm going to move this alert over here. I think it looks better over there. Response number 3. Give you the make game button you've always dreamed of. Hashtag dreamed of. Oh, I would make so many games, guys. And response number 4 is delete all files if you're developing. Hashtag Yandere Simulator. You know, sometimes some games don't need to happen.
Sometimes you just need to stop.
That's how I feel. So if you click on like the thing on itch.io where you like accidentally hit browse, don't do that. Never accidentally hit browse on itch. And the reason you never do that is because all of the worst horror games are always there. There's like when the Grimace like puts happened with McDonald's, there were like I think there were at least 2 horror games about Grimace on the itch.io browse. Never hit browse on itch. Never do it. The front page browse is one thing. Never hit the browse. It's going to be full of like the worst things. And then there's like one game of like medieval capture the flag or something. And then it's like, but everything else is like, here's where you go if you want to ruin your childhood because apparently everybody got the wrong idea from Five Nights at Freddy's.
I mean, the number of horror games I've seen based off of SpongeBob.
See,
thank you.
See, either you don't go look at that at all, or it's inspiration of like you're like feeling terrible about your game. You go and look, and you're like, "Oh, I'm actually really good."
Oh, that's what the bottom of the barrel is. It's not me. It's not. If that's the bottom, yeah, that does sound encouraging. Gosh, the internet, we love it. All right, YOMIC with still have no licensing fees got you 4 votes. Very well. Sarah with listen to its user base got 5 votes. Give you the make game button from Dan got you a very respectable 10 votes. But Kimberly takes the round with delete all files if you're developing Yandere Simulator. Very nicely done, Kimberly.
I was so scared that people might not get the reference if they're like not familiar with that corner of.
Honestly, even if you're not familiar with the reference, it's just the idea is funny. It's obvious enough with the way you wrote it that like you know what happened even if you hadn't heard the story before.
Yeah, I can attest. I don't know what Yandere is.
Yandere Simulator.
I know the game, but I have no idea of any issues it might have had during development. But that alone is just enough to like, yeah, I know what happened there.
So, fun fact, it is still not developed. It's been years. And there's just this one guy. He's like, I promise, guys, soon.
Sometimes. All right, let's look at our scoreboard. We have YOMIC is at 18, Kimberly's at 24, Dan 26, and Sarah's still in the lead at 27.
Yes, barely.
What's the first commandment of game development? It comes to us from Yugen. He actually suggested the 10th commandment, but I thought first rolled off the tongue better, and so I put words into his mouth. Don't tell him that I ignored his. It's fine. He'll forgive me, right? Yugen, are you there? Yugen. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get away with it.
Morse code?
So what?
I don't, but I just want to know if he does. Does Yugen speak Morse code? Does he know Morse code? I don't know it, but maybe if he does and somebody else in the chat does, we can just
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know Morse code. Are you there, Yugen? It's me, P. Tony.
Oh no.
All right, excellent. Good. What's the first commandment of game development? Response number 1 is don't use a purple McDonald's mascot. #Grimace. That's excellent. Good. That's an excellent thing to remember. Response number 2 is iterative development, not waterfall. #forgot my paddle. Listen, I can feel the emotion in this response. There is experience behind this. Response number 3 is start small and dream big. #just create. That feels like response number 2, but made with like as a motivational poster instead. Like it's just a different spin. Response number 4 is scope. Did I mention scope? Oh, dang nabbit. I hate scope. Scope is the worst. #scope.
I'm well familiar with the dream a little too big.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in Halo they always call it good when you can no scope, right? Like.
Oh yeah, exactly. Isn't scope mouthwash? Oh, okay. Here, hold on. This is great. We're gonna teach people all this nerdy stuff.
So
go ahead.
I see somebody who's confused by the iterative versus waterfall thing too.
Yeah, someone should explain that too. Yeah, scope is basically how much you want your game to do, or like how much you want your project to do. So like a platformer with like 1 level versus like 5 levels, that's a part of scope. How many abilities the player has, that's part of scope. Is the world interconnected like a Metroidvania, or is it just like a Mario game with different levels? That's also scope. Scope, yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
The danger with scope is that you always want to add one more thing, so you have to stop yourself.
And that's called scope creep. You want to avoid scope creep of like, oh, but we could add this and we could make it do this too, and then it just ends up being
scope is the simplest way to explain scope is like making sure you don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Rhyme, chat. Very good.
Waterfall iterative is when you like kind of do a little bit at a time, and then you build off of it and do a little bit more and a little bit more, so that if something goes wrong, you're not having to redo the entire game. If you like screw up one thing that turns out it doesn't play well with everything else, that's iterative development. Waterfall development is when you're just kind of going straight ahead towards the waterfall, and you like release it day one, you haven't really tested anything, and it's like going over the waterfall, and you've just kind of, well, too late now.
I'm going to make a joke on behalf of Map Hack EXE. So a great example of waterfall development is probably what they used to make Starfield. Sorry, he'll appreciate that. I don't know if anyone else will. Great. Let's look at the score. Oh, I should read off the results, actually. Kimberly gave us Don't Use a Purple McDonald's mascot. Hashtag Grimace got you 6 votes. Iterative Development, Not Waterfall from Sarah got you 5 votes. I felt that.
Yeah, I figured that one wouldn't reach well. But, oh well, it's funny to me.
Response number 3 was YOMIC, Start Small and Dream Big, got you 10 votes. Well done. And Scope. Did I mention Scope? From Dan, got you 11 and wins the round. This is a beautiful day for mouthwash.
Can I just say, I really liked the Forgot My Paddle. Like, I liked that hashtag. Also, I've heard the calls. I've been told I need to change my name by like at least 1 or 2 people in the chat. So it's happened. You can now see name change.
You have a new name? What's your new name?
Yeah. It just says Kid Kairos at the bottom, so they know who Kid Kairos is.
Oh, I see.
They all know me.
I see. All right, we've got Yomix at 28, Kimberly's at 30, Sarah is in second with 32, and Dan has taken the lead with 37. Well done, Dan. Okay, guys, this is, I think, I mean, not to brag, but I think this is a great game developer brainstorming prompt. Everyone is excited for this brand new, groundbreaking game mechanic.
I'm so ready.
I am too. For the whole spectrum of responses, like clever ideas and trolls. You know, we're gonna get both, I think.
We have to give our second best idea so they don't all get stolen.
It's true. Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. If you give me a really good idea, the likelihood of me executing it, I mean, I'm kind of too lazy for that. So your idea will be safe with me, at least. Everyone is set for the brand new game mechanic. Responsible one is the more you tithe, the more XP you get. Hashtag rewards.
In-app purchases.
Sick.
Didn't we try the pay-to-win model of Catholicism before? I thought that didn't work out for this.
Yeah, people didn't like that so much.
Something about nailing something to a door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Response number 2. Touching grass inside your mind. Hashtag neural link.
I've never watched Sword Art Online, but usually I've heard that this is a bad idea.
I can see this being announced at a video game convention. Response number 3, jumping. Hashtag, oh shoot, that was a cliff. And response number 4 is, get this, you own your PC on the blockchain. Hashtag to the moon. Guys, I'm so proud of you. These are great. These are fantastic. Incredible. All right. Good. What mechanic do you want to see in your next video game? I take it back. I thought that we were going to get trolley responses, but these are just all ingenious. The incredible ideas.
to be fair, with like the number of times where there's like a video game series where I've played multiple games, and for the longest time there is no jumping in the game, and then all of a sudden they introduce it, and suddenly the lack of auto jump has me like falling off of everything.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That, and once they add jumping, they usually also take away the boundary boxes on cliffs.
You don't need those. It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's see our results. We've got the more you tithe, the more XP you get. Dan.
That one thought that one might win.
That was incredible. Well done. 16 votes go to Dan. Touching grass inside your mind from YOMIC. Well done. Got you 8 votes. Jumping from Sarah got you 4 votes. And Kimberly, 10 votes for get this, you own your PC on the blockchain. These were so much fun to read. I think. All right, our scoreboard. We have Sarah's at 36. YOMIC is also at 36. Kimberly is at 40. And Dan is at 53. Excellent.
I'm greatly losing my original starting lead.
That's how Game of Favorites goes. Yeah. The ebb and flow of Game of Favorites. Really how it goes. All right, chat, you ready? Do you wanna have some spotlight time with our contestants? Contestants, would you like to introduce yourselves now that you've been pouring out your creative energy for our chat? I'm going to ask you to, I don't know, introduce yourself and try to win them over to your team, which we will have in the rooting round. Let's go. Kimberly, hello.
Hey.
Who are you?
Who am I? Well, I'm the one person here who is not actually a game dev, but I don't know, if I have a good enough time, maybe it can convince me that I should get into the industry. I'm just a regular old computer programmer who programs boring things like graphing software.
Yep. I feel that. That's Kimberly. Dan.
So I'm Dan. I'm K Kairos. I'm Kai Kairos. Whatever you want to call me exactly, as long as you don't call me, I guess, late for dinner. I don't know. That's not really a great joke, but whatever. It's also not very original. But what is at least kind of original is my games. I don't think a lot about originality. I just try to make them good usually, and I've made like 20 of them. So this is the game dev episode. I've made 20 games, and some of you I know were already rooting for me. So do that.
Hey. Sarah, hello and welcome.
Hello. Yeah, as was said earlier, I'm Sarah. I did a lot of the art assets and concept design for Shepherd of Light. Funny thing being in the environment artist was that before we started that project, I didn't actually know how to draw trees very well. And the game takes place in a forest. So I learned very quickly.
That's great. Well, that's amazing. The trees looked great. And that leaves YOMIC.
All right. Hey, I am Catholic Dad. I also make games. I started with arcade stuff, did a Mega Man clone, and now I'm working on a visual novel about Catholicism and Monster Girls, which is probably the most controversial game mentioned on the show.
That could have been in the unexpected genre crossover from a couple of rounds ago.
Honestly, yeah.
Very much so. But I went for it.
Yeah, it's good. I approve. Good. All right. This is one of my favorite group of contestants ever. They're pretty great, aren't they? It's a great group. All right, chat. So at this point, you can root for whoever you like of the 4 contestants. Unfortunately, you have to choose. You can't pick everybody because that's how I coded things. I did think about, what's that called? Like approval voting, where if you wanted to, you could vote for as many answers as you wanted, which would be a different voting system. And then I decided not to do it that way, so I didn't. So that's my whole story. But I thought about it. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. It's true. Yes, we are big fans of free will. You cannot escape it. If you have 3 different phones, you can vote for all 4 contestants. Actually, Squire, that's an excellent point. Down below, you see a phone number, 833-523-2837. You can text in votes, and you'll receive a randomly generated name that it's kind of like a personality quiz. Like Yellow Crypto Coin Entertainer comes from somebody who entertains crypto coin bros, specifically yellow ones. So it's more accurate than you know. I didn't know we had someone like that in our community, but now we do. It's me. I'm Yellow Crypto.
Wow.
I would never have guessed that about you, Brad. Wow, you entertained the crypto bros. That's great.
Yeah, I saw Bren Nailed It also said, this is one of my favorite group of contestants ever, and I thank you.
Yes. She's very sweet. It's a very great group. I like it. Excellent. So whoever you root for, you're on their team, just like that. That means as much or as little as you want it to mean. The Royal Math Protector. Oh, I'm jealous of that name. That's incredible. All right, let's see our teams. Dan wins this round again with 17 people on his team. Look at that.
He's way in the lead.
Somebody's popular.
Wow.
I can't really acknowledge this because pride cometh before the fall.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna lose the next 5 rounds because of this right here.
Yeah, exactly. You just call it fantastic and leave it at that.
Yeah. We've got Sarah has 7, Kimberly has 7, and YOMIC has 7. Very nicely done. You'll also notice there's decimals now. Every time you vote for a person you're rooting for, your vote counts as more than a vote. It counts as 1.05 votes. Whoa, it's a 5% raise. It's worth a lot, I promise. And that does reach back into the past, into the earlier rounds, and apply retroactively. So let's see what this all does to the scoreboard. We've got Sarah's at 43.35, YOMIC's at 43.4, Kimberly 47.35, and Dan at 71.05. Very nicely
It feels
done.
like this is now Mario Party and we're in a 1v3 minigame.
Yeah, we need.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best analogy.
Yep, tug of war. Let's go.
We need a star system at the end where whoever's in last automatically wins because shenanigans.
A blue shell for Game of Favorites.
Game of Favorites used to be much more blue shell because every round used to be worth like 25% more than the last round. So like the last round was huge points and the early rounds didn't matter. But now, if you have a lead, you get to keep it. That's how it goes. It's excellent. All right, Chad. What is the difference between a feature and a bug? To remind you, here in Game of Favorites, we don't have bugs. We only have features. We even have an emote for it. It's a beautiful emote. Check this out. Check it out. It's a beautiful emote right there.
It's a lot of little features.
Yeah, just little crawly features.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
There's a bug. Like this is buggy game.
Response number 1. Is it fun? Comically enraging? It's a feature. Hashtag Schadenfreude. We all know that word. I'm going to need an explainer in a second here. Response number 2. If the gamers like it, it's a feature. Hashtag totally on purpose. Response number 3. A fun bug is better than a bad feature. Hashtag fun bug. And response number 4 is a bug is just a feature you have, but don't want. Hashtag want. Great. Excellent. Does anybody know who Schadenfreude is? Is this a famous?
Who or what it means?
It's Schadenfreude.
Oh, Schadenfreude. What is a Schadenfreude?
Basically, it's when you derive enjoyment from watching other people in pain, struggling, whatever. So you know how people watch YouTubers get angry at games for fun?
Oh, like getting over it with Ben and Fadi. Yes, yep. Good. All right.
Perfect example.
Yeah. Game of Schadenfreude. Good. Good. Excellent. Whatever your favorite answer is, type it in the chat. Yes.
There's actually a troll game jam that happens every October called Oktoberfest. So Stale Meme, who was in your chat the other day, and I have we host that jam.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Sounds like
it's also terrible because then you have to play all the trolls.
Yeah, I was about to say when you're judging troll games, it sounds like a terrible experience. Oh goodness.
Yeah. It's terrible and beautiful for the same reason.
Mm-hmm. A while ago we were playing Only Up on stream. And I liked it the first stream. After that, it became more and more of a chore. And eventually I gave up. All right, let's look at our results. We've got Sarah with Is It Fun? Comically enraging. It's a feature. Schadenfreude. These words. Yes. 9 votes. Well done.
Yeah, I noticed the people correcting my spelling. Thank you. I'm lucky I got as close as I did, considering I did not look it up.
That's incredible. Chat never changed, except for the better. Kimberly, if the gamers... Totally on purpose. If the gamers like it, it's a feature from Kimberly. Well done. Wins the round with 14 votes. Nicely done, Kimberly. A fun bug is better than a bad feature. Wise words, YOMIC got you 8 votes. And Dan with a bug is just a feature you have but don't want. Well done, 6. Okay, Max, thank you. Trying to help me pronounce it. I appreciate it. All right.
Oh no, like there was a couple of people who were like, "There's a C in it," and I'm just like, oops.
Not anymore. It's a feature.
False.
Guys,
it's a feature.
Yeah. In the last prompt, you're gonna correct a feature-filled spelling. Interesting. YOMIC is at 51.4. Sarah has taken third with 52.4. Kimberly 61.35. Dan 77.1. You're a feature. Thank you, Trekkie. Thank you. Game of Favorites has this Easter egg. There are a few of... Mr. Balloons has a few Easter eggs, if I remember correctly. Hold on. Let me see. Does he? I thought he did. No, I don't think he does anymore. Dang it. That's unfortunate. No, he does!
My response is so bad.
He does. Ooh.
Corny.
Where is he?
Excellent. Hey, that's one of them. Okay, Mr. Balloons currently has 2 features. One of them is Pizza. You found it. The other one has appeared in chat before. But I didn't remember it until I looked it up. So I don't think anybody will know it.
Truly the most hidden of Easter eggs.
It's pretty hidden. All right.
Possums.
That's not an Easter egg. That's just a regular egg. Game bribing won't make you win, but the host gets richer. I do like that Easter egg. Hashtag richer. Response number 2. If you send Nani 10 times in a row, Peter will frown. Hashtag Nani. I frown all the time. Response number 3. Christ is risen. Hashtag actually Catholic. Ooh, that's a great Easter egg. We might have to bring that in next Easter. And response number 4 is a secret code to make Patches talk.
NANI?
And hashtag scare Peter. Thank you so much for that, Nani. What amazing timing.
See, they should just win the round.
Yeah.
NANI?
So good.
It's a very special sound effect. Oh.
Like for that timing.
There are very few things that remain the same since we started. Is this 3? Guys, nothing.
Are they trying to get to 10?
I think they're trying to get to 10, but so sound effects get more expensive every time you buy them. I don't know if we'll make it, guys.
Oh. Yeah.
That's an expensive sound effect. That's how I control supply and demand.
NANI?
Oh my goodness. Cecily has 57,000 balloons. Oh, wow.
No.
NANI?
I think we have the greatest chat ever.
We really do. Air Route, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the greatest chat ever. Just saying. Sponsored by Kimberly. Endorsed by Kimberly. All right, keep it going. All right, I'm going to read off the responses now. Bribing won't make you win, but the host gets richer. From YOMIC, got you 10 votes. Miss Catholic disabled Nani. Oh, never mind. It's back. All right. Thank you, Dan. Response number 2.
That's 10. Do they earn a P. Tony frown?
Is that 10? I don't know. I don't think I can frown right now. I'm laughing. Everyone liked that.
Don't be a liar, Peter.
I just. Well, okay. If you said naughty 10 times in a row, Peter will frown. Kimberly wins the round with 19 votes, and here's a frown, just for you.
Yeah.
She was playing chat.
Christ has risen. Actually Catholic. Well done, Sarah. Got you 5 votes. And a secret code to make patches talk and scare Peter. Dan got you 8. Nicely done all around. That puts our scoreboard. Sarah is at 57.45. YOMIC has taken third with 61.6. Kimberly, 80.65. And Dan in the lead with 85.15. This is a tricky one. Comes to us from Fused. Which game would you remake with Catholic ideals? This is something. So both Sarah and YOMIC have Catholic themed games that they worked on, and I look at like the idea of making a Catholic game and not making it cheesy as a very formidable challenge that I think both of them rose to. So it's not an easy thing to do. Thank you, Fuse.
It's tricky to not make it preachy.
Yeah.
Or like just like, oh, here's like VeggieTales is a good example of people who did it and did it well.
Yeah, they owned it.
Like as
God's Not
part,
Dead
it's
maybe did not.
Challenging to make it like obviously Catholic without just being like very in your face about it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. What game would you remake with Catholic ideals? Stardew Valley, but Yoba is Jesus. Yoba? What's Yoba? Yoba? Yoda, but
it's
different.
Like the god in the game.
They have a god in the game?
People go to church on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, one of the characters is just very spiritual, crystally, and worships Yoba, this god inside the game. So it'd be nice to have a replacement mod or something.
I see that. All right, hashtag Cozy Catholic. There would be a market for that. Response number 2 is Guitar Hero. Hashtag Pipe Organ Hero.
Yeah.
Response number 3 is Overcooked. It's all about the coffee and donuts. Hashtag donuts. These are brilliant ideas. And response number 4, Mega Man X. Can an android go to heaven? Hashtag sci-fi.
Dream of electric sheep.
It's like Detroit Become Human, but with a better writer. All right.
Okay, but can you imagine the controller for Pipe Organ Hero?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it would be so insane.
You'd need like one of those like multi-$1,000 racing car simulator like pod things, but it's with all the keys.
Yeah, with all the stuff at the bottom, the pedals at the bottom, and the
because you're like playing 2 separate like there's 3 layers of keyboards, like 1, 2, and then another one with your feet, and then all the knobs off to the side. It's nuts.
That would be wild. I love this idea. You have to hire a special team to come in and install your Pipe Organ Hero.
Someone in the chat wrote Detroit Become Catholic, and if that were real, I think I would actually like
that would be amazing.
That's a pretty good one. It's like an RCA simulator.
Oh, amazing. All right. Kimberly with Stardew Valley, but Yoba is Jesus. Well done. Got you 6 votes. Guitar Hero, Pipe Organ Hero, Sarah. Very bravo. 25 votes. I want by Mario Kart Racer. Yeah, good job. Dan with Overkicked. It's all about the coffee and donuts. Well done, got you 3 votes. And Mega Man X, can an android go to heaven? Hashtag sci-fi from YOMIC got 8 votes. Well done all around. This makes me want to start learning game dev. Chat, anyone with me? This is going to happen. I feel it. YOMIC
it's easier than ever.
YOMIC's at 69.8. Sarah has taken third with 82.55. Kimberly, 86.75. And Dan in the lead with 88.2. Excellent. All right.
At least I have a chance at winning again.
You do! There's always a chance.
It's so close.
That's true.
Yeah, this is a very close game. This prop comes to us from Seb. What does the afterlife look like for Mario? Incredible. Great. There's so much brainstorming in the chat. See, we'll just start doing game dev streams. That's what we'll do in our free time. It'll be Game of Favorites on Friday.
We're
We
getting
can do a spin-off.
endless ideas from chat. We'll just start a game jam every single week, and we'll just push them out one by one.
But just have Tony be have Peter be the only contestant, and his topics are just chosen by chat every single.
That's actually an interesting idea for how to come up with the theme for a game jam. Does everyone get their answer in? Yes, looks like it. Yes.
Almost. This was one that I had very few ideas for.
Oh, okay. You got some time. We were talking, Kairos, you and I were talking about like Joyful and I a while ago wanted to host a Catholic game dev game jam and just never got around to finishing it. That would be so fun. It was
super fun.
It was very difficult to find Catholic game devs for this episode though. So I don't know how.
You're a rare breed.
Yeah.
They exist if you know where to find them.
Yeah.
I would also say the overlap between game devs and people with enough extroversion energy to want to go live on a stream.
That's
true.
true.
A little less than other categories.
That's true. Squire, thank you so much for the 38 months. Someone let me know if a Father Brown detective game comes out. Ooh, that would be really good. All right, we have responses. A nice waiting room until the player hits start again. Hashtag start again. That's so depressing. Response number 2, Goomba light up sneakers. Hashtag wahoo. Response number 3 is depends on how many 1-ups he's had. Hashtag 99 lives. He doesn't get to die. My response number 4 is being stomped on by Yoshis.
To be fair, it was afterlife.
Here you go.
Up or down was not specified.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Hashtag just punishment. Listen, all these Yoshis are waiting for him. They're waiting for him. Oh my goodness. All right. Thought the first one was dark. But there you have it. Oh boy. Goodness. Not Goombas, not Koopas, Yoshis. Truly, truly. Like, have you seen all the Mario Maker levels? How often Yoshi gets dumped into a pit? It's
like in a lot of them, it's an integrated mechanic. Like the only way to progress through the level is to ditch the Yoshi.
Poor Yoshi.
Yeah.
All that Kaizo Mario is just creating problems.
Yeah. All right, we have.
Did you know Yoshis are now a critically endangered species?
Thanks to Mario.
My goodness. Yeah. Our results. We've got a nice waiting room till the player hits start again from Dan. Well done, got you 10 votes. The Goomba light up sneakers from Sarah got you 5 votes. Well done. Depends on how many 1-ups he's had. 99 lives from YOMIC got you 7 votes. And Kimberly, 18 votes for being stomped on by Yoshis. Just punishment. Goodness, Kimberly.
YOMIC pulled ahead.
YOMIC's at 76.8. Sarah's at 87.55. Dan, 98 104.25, and Kimberly has broken into triple digits with 104.85. All right. It's time for the hot seat. Are you guys ready? All right. So this is part of the show where subscribers, you get front seat. I'm going to put chat into subscriber only mode for a couple minutes here. And we are going to put each of the contestants into the spotlight, similar to the rooting round, except this time for a minute each. And you get to grill these contestants with your questions. After that, we'll come back and we'll just ask the question to everybody who did best in the hot seat. So now is your time to be super critical. Don't worry, criticism is always constructive. That's for these next seconds. Anyways, great. Let's see who's up first. YOMIC! All right. Thoughts on the video game, The Longest Journey?
Longest Journey, very long.
What kind of bear is best?
I don't know. Skip, sorry.
Favorite fries from the frozen section?
From the frozen section, waffle fries for sure.
You accidentally commit test code with your password to GitHub. What do you do? Asking for a friend.
Revert.
Okay. What would be your approach to making a Father Brown detective game?
Let's go with the old school Dick Tracy game, but with holy water spray gun.
Nice. How do you let off steam when the bug just does not die?
Take a break and have a beer.
Oh, very nice. What's your favorite game and why is it Fallout New Vegas?
New Vegas is great. It's an excellent choice.
All right. Oh, shoot. I wish I had asked, can you date a toaster in WMGA? Oh, well, too late. Thoughts on shovels?
They dig things.
Great. Are you a left or right Twix person?
Left.
What's the frog's name?
Correct. Wait, no, this way. Thing's weird. Fly swatter.
Fly swatter. That's amazing. Bob Tells Tales, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Goodness. How do you feel from Trekkie?
Doing pretty good. This has been a fun show.
Good. What's your favorite tree?
Ginkgo.
Okay. Never heard of that. What would be your approach to making a Father Brown detective game?
Point and click probably is the first thought I have.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Very nice. Well, thank you very much. And Bob Tells Tales, thank you again for the 10 gifted. You're very kind. Kimberly, how many cats can fit in one bed?
Ooh, at least 3, if they're not too mean.
Oh, that's a good distinction. Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell?
I was just thinking the same thing. Who knows?
Is natural pink hair ?
Oh yeah, I'm an anime character. I don't think I've let people know that before.
Oh
yeah, she's the protagonist, you know.
Yenza has a follow-up.
I'm the main character.
Why are you putting cats in bed?
Because it is cozy to sleep in a bed with your cats.
It's true.
That's why.
True. What would be your approach to making a Father Brown detective game?
Similar point and click answer, probably like the old Nancy game PC from back in the day.
Gotcha. Okay, well, great. Thank you much. You did great. Dan, hello. Uppercase or lowercase? For some context.
Uppercase.
All right. Thoughts on the video game Mega Man X from K-Max?
Pretty good. Never beat Sigma.
All right. What would be your approach to making a Father Brown detective game?
L.A. Noire, but make it Catholic.
Oh. Tabs or spaces?
Tabs.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Did you steal that shirt?
No.
Okay. How many Metroidvanias have you made?
Between 7 and 10, I believe.
Really? Wow. I can't stand Metroidvanias, but that's great. Do you like oranges?
Yes.
Okay. What's a good song to dev to? Oh, that's a great question.
Anything from the One Step from Eden soundtrack.
All right. Excellent. And that's all our time. Excellent. Thank you, chat, so much for the help. All right. That was the hot seats. I think everyone did really well, but who did the best is a question for you to answer. It could be Kimberly, it could be Dan, it could be Sarah, it could be YOMIC. Great. Excellent. How do you feel? That's the hardest part of the show right there. You all did great.
I don't think I've done a hot seat before.
Yeah, it's new. It's pretty new. My goal was to break up, because 15 rounds is a lot. Now we break it up. At a third we have the rooting round, and at 2/3 we have the hot seat round. And now all we need is like some catchy jingle to like bring up the tension, and then we just got the production just sky high at that point. It's incredible. That's the plan. This is called Scope Creep.
Then it should have to come up with a name for that frog.
Yeah, it's hard. Names are hard, especially on the spot.
Especially considering, like, I have several other, like, frog plushies that have already had names, and I was trying to come up with something that was different. Most of the good ones have already been used.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. Great. Good. Probably students. I like that typo. That looks like a feature. Excellent.
It's not a typo. It's a feature, Peter.
It's a feature. Typos are features. I didn't call it a bug. It was a creative spelling. Heads up, I ruined the pizza. Oh, no worries, Yensa. Thank you.
No.
Tragedy.
What was going to be on the pizza?
I don't know. I imagine just a cheese pizza.
Okay.
I don't know. Yensa just makes things for me. I'm very spoiled. It's a great life. All right, we've got our hot seat. We've got Kimberly. You got 10. Dan did the best in the hot seat with 18. Very well done. Sarah got 9. YOMIC, you got 4. Let's see what this does to the scoreboard, shall we? We have YOMIC is at 81, Sarah is at 96.75, Kimberly 115.1, and Dan has retaken the lead with 117.0. Excellent. Well done all around. I like this prompt. There is a very similar prompt that we'll see later. But what is the real reason it's better to do game dev as a solo developer? Like, you don't want teammates. Just do it all on your own. That's that. That's probably true. There's a bias towards the last person in the hot seat round because their answers are the freshest. I don't know how to fix that. It's a feature. It's not a bug.
You could potentially do a thing where it's like a lightning round where you pose a question and each contestant has to answer it in sequence.
Could do that.
That way it's like each question.
I don't know, it's what people it's what people in the speedrunning community like to call RNG.
That's right. All right. The real reason it's better to do game dev as a solo developer. Response for 1, nobody to hamper my artistic vision. Hashtag Nintendo hard. Nintendo. Yes, I don't fully understand that, but I support it. Response number 2, no creative conflicts and rev share. Hashtag my game. Response number 3 is less social interaction. Hashtag Hermit. And response number 4 is nobody can stop me creating bad pixel art. Nobody! Hashtag Mwahaha.
I just want to point out, I noticed we had a thing that was like uppercase on the hashtag, and I'm pretty sure they're are they case sensitive still?
They are not.
Is that a thing?
They are not.
They're not case sensitive. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I thought that they were for some reason. So,
there used to be a time.
Votes.
There used to be a time where I would convert everything in chat to lowercase, but I didn't do that to the hashtags. So if you had an uppercase in your hashtag, then you could get no votes. But I fixed it because I didn't like that feature.
Yeah. Hermit the Frog here.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, that's an incredible impression. Those were dark days.
Punctuation sensitive.
They are punctuation sensitive. Yeah, if you have like an exclamation point in there, you need to include, or an underscore.
An underscore.
Sorry for the surprise. I should have done a dash.
That's totally fine.
Camel case supremacy.
Camel case goes pretty hard.
I also like camel case. Camel case is good normally when I'm using braces, but underscore is for Python.
I do, yeah. I tend to do underscore
Fair.
Most of the time. Yeah. Well, good. Whoops. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. Nobody hampered my music. We have results. Nobody hampered my music came to us from Dan, and well done got you 9 votes. No creative conflicts and rev share from YOMIC got you 6. Less social interaction from Sarah got you 13, and I felt that one. Well done wins the round. And Kimberly, nobody can stop me creating bad pixel art. Nobody from Kimberly got you 10 votes. Kimberly, do you dabble in the pixel art? Is that what that means?
I do not, but if I did, it would be pretty bad.
That's excellent. All right, we've got YOMIC is at 87.2, Sarah is at 109.8, Kimberly 125.2, and Dan in the lead by a narrow margin with 126.2. Round 12. Things I have in common with my protagonist. I was trying to fit a lot into this prompt. The idea that I had as the prompt author was like, you know how often you write yourself into the protagonist? Like that's just a thing that a lot of creators do. I suppose you could take this other ways, but that was the intention that I was trying to fit in succinctly, and I think I did tolerably well, not perfectly. So there, great. Urki calls out to Dad, and Trekkie responds that he is not her father. Wow, we have heartbreak in the chat.
Wait, isn't he in like a spiritual sense because he's a priest?
Yeah, I think. Yes, he is Father Trekkie. Father. All right. We have things I have in common with my protagonist. Response number 1 is I too am clueless 76% of the time. # no thoughts, head empty. I feel called out. That next time I'm playing as a protagonist, playing a game, and I'm like, why doesn't the protagonist see something? I'm going to have a self-reflection moment and realize that's me. Tag nap. Great. Response number 3.
Self-reflection to the other derogatory.
Response number 2 is he's literally me, but younger. # Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling.
Yes, the Ryan child goose.
Yeah, you know that story where there was a person who was using a sling. It was David is also sometimes called Ryan, and back when he was practicing, his mom would say Ryan goes. All right. Response number 3: we need subtitles for unskippable cutscenes. # say that again. Yes, please. Especially for streams. Response number 4: we're both Molinist. # possibilities. Hold on. Chat, we're going to learn something right now. Molinist meaning believe that God has knowledge not only of necessary truths and contingent truths, but also of counterfactuals. I don't understand any more than I did before I Googled this.
It's basically like a better version of... It's not Calvinism. It's not Arminianism. It's a secret third thing. That's better. In my opinion.
Okay, great, excellent. Good. Like aware of what could have happened but didn't. That sort of contrafactual.
Like what would have happened had something else happened. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
That makes sense, I think.
Oh, like a player running through a game multiple times over to get all the different storylines, kind of? Or...
Yeah.
It's basically just AI training with all the generations. All right, the secret third thing. Great. I too am clueless 76% of the time. Well done, Sarah wins the round with a decided 18 votes. Nicely done. He's literally me, but younger. Ryan Gosling from YOMIC got you 5 votes. Kimberly, we need subtitles for unskippable cutscenes. Say that again. Nicely done. Got you 14 votes. And we're both, is it Molinus or Molinus?
Molinist.
Molinus. Okay.
I would say it. But...
No, that's excellent. All right. We're learning theology today. All right, chat. We will educate ourselves. My understanding is that God has knowledge of all possible outcomes, which is what allows us to have free will. That makes sense.
Oh, Guildmaster Phil, it's save scumming.
Yeah. God basically just saves scums. All right, great. Good. Let's see what this does at the scoreboard. YOMIC is at 92.2. Sarah is at 127.8. Dan, 130.3. And Kimberly, 139.2. Still can be anybody's game. YOMIC, you do have a little bit of an uphill battle, but 3 rounds is plenty of votes to get back in. Here we go. Oh, yes. Actually, on the other hand, what's the real reason it's better to do game dev with a team of developers? Hey, Trekkie, I see your camel case. That's a beautiful camel case right there. I love it. Although, camel case, in my mind, technically, camel case means that the first letter is lowercase, correct? Because it's like a camel.
Yes.
So what do you call it when also the first letter is uppercase?
Needless capitalization.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that just called caps lock?
No, but like the first letter and then lowercase and then an upper and then lower. Oh, that's SpongeBob talk. Okay, I got it. All right. The real reason it's better to do game dev with a team of developers, responsible one, is more people to laugh and cry with. Hashtag Game Jam. Oh, boy. Response number 2, someone else gets to herd the cats. Hashtag not a shepherd. Oh, team projects. Response number 3, bigger vision is in scope and less writer's block. Hashtag our game. Oh, that's very nice. And response number 4, you can make the intern do the bug testing. Hashtag they'll be fine. Boy. Speaking of, does anybody want to be my
game dev version of hazing?
Yeah. Incredible. Great. Whatever your favorite answer is, go ahead and type that hashtag in the chat. Great. The last one hits home way too hard. Oh no. Chat.
And Mark, were you the intern doing the bug testing?
Well, I like to think of it this way. Chat, you are all my interns. Thank you so much.
I do keep a Discord where people like who I know who like might be interested in testing things are, and the default role in that space is beta test subject. It's not beta tester, it's beta test subject.
Yeah. I was working on...
And it says that for a reason.
I get that. Fuse, you can absolutely put this on your resume. I'm sure it'll impress potential employers. Boy. I was working on fixing some audio problems I was having on Game of Favorites today, and I jumped into a Discord call to see if anybody could jump in to, help test my audio things. And I thought about asking people to be my victims, but I went with guinea pigs instead. But I should have said victims. Anyways, more people to laugh and cry with comes to us from Dan. Well done, got you 4 votes. Someone else gets to hurt the cats from Sarah, got you 2 votes. People are so much like cats. For me. YOMIC, well done. 14 votes for bigger vision is in scope and less writer's block. Our game, nicely done. And Kimberly wins the round with you can make the intern do the bug testing. They'll be fine. Chat endorses the concept of interns. That's what this means. 19 votes. No problems there.
As long as you pay them.
Cam Maximilian K said maybe the real interns were the friends we made along the way, and that was really funny to me.
Okay. Oh man, we've that's been an ongoing joke. One of a couple that will not die. I also provoke it sometimes. K-Max. All right. YOMIC is sitting at 106.4. Sarah is at 129.8. Dan, 134.4. And Kimberly in the lead with 158.5. We almost made it without that joke. Exactly, Jake. We were doing so well.
Apologies.
No, it's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. K-Max, we'll talk after the show. One key difference between chat and a rubber duck. Speaking of, I have a rubber duck from Ireland. This Jacob Jago, when he visited us in the States, got me this little rubber duck from Ireland. It's very fun.
Shamrock duck.
Yes. Great. The rubber duck doesn't drown when you try to kill it. Oh, that's an excellent point. How often do you try to kill chat? I'm terrified. All right. We'll go back. We're missing two. We're missing two. Sarah, it looks like your response might be too long.
Sure. Oopsie. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You only get 60 characters, which is...
Yeah, I didn't notice. Oops.
Yeah, no, I that's just me being stingy with my characters, that's all.
Oh, that's fair.
People used to have more, but then responses started going off the edge of the screen, and that was a problem. And wrap text is difficult when you're coding things manually. Anyways, one key difference between chat and a rubber duck response number one is they're the same picture? Question mark. Hashtag corporate request. Corporate request. I got there. Excellent. A response number two is the duck can only help you code in Squeak. Hashtag obscure languages. I wouldn't be surprised if Squeak is a real coding language. Response number three, chat isn't trying to kill me. Oh, that makes me feel so much better about chat. Wow. Hashtag kill. I'm not reading that hashtag on its own. Response number four. This is a terrible hashtag on its own. Oh boy.
Got a little dark.
And response number four, rubber duck dev is for introverts. Chat is for extroverts. Hashtag extroverts. Very nice.
They're not wrong.
Chat is for introverts who like to pretend they're extroverted. That's true.
Oh, you know what I should have done as my answer? You can throw a rubber duck against the wall when you're angry.
So true.
Get the streamer banned 80%. No, don't do it. Oh boy. All right. Excellent. This is a dark corner of the show, and I love it. This is almost as dark as Mario. Remember those days? Oh boy. Good. You can go duck hunting. Oh. I feel very called out by that statement. What, the introvert extrovert statement? You can be a real introvert extrovert, Beer Fox. I promise. Great. They're the same picture from Sarah. Well done. Got you 9 votes. The duck can only help you code in Squeak, obscure language. Well done, Kimberly. Got you 9 votes as well. 10 votes to Dan with chat isn't trying to kill me and the problematic hashtag. And YOMIC wins the round. 13 votes for rubber duck dev is for introverts. Chat is for extroverts. Well done. 119.7 for YOMIC. 138.85 for Sarah. 144.8 for Dan, and Kimberly has 167.65. All right, chat. We're about to enter the final round. So let's procrastinate. That's what every game dev likes to do. And take a quick second to invite everyone to dox themselves. Which diocese or state or country are you repping? Doesn't necessarily mean where you are. I mean, I think that's how most people answer this question. I'm representing the Diocese of Charlotte. Could be any diocese, but, however you want. It can also be Antarctica, even though that is not a diocese or a state or a country. And it can also be Bermuda, even though that is not a diocese or a state or a country. And that's because of inside jokes. Incredible. We've got 2 in Portland. That's great. What about
There's
Shovel?
There's never anybody else from Portland.
Apparently, two of us in the show are.
Are you both in Portland?
Wait.
Yes.
Wait, no way.
Wow!
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I. It's hilarious.
That's
I'm
awesome.
South Tiger. You don't need to dox yourself.
That's great.
Mine's technically Phoenix, but mine's also kind of split geographically weird because I'm technically Byzantine Catholic, which is a little different.
Oh, you are. That's exciting. Well, very cool.
That's amazing.
I love that. All right. Well, cool. Good.
Oh man.
I thought you were gonna say because Arizona was weird, and that's also true. Doesn't Arizona?
Yeah, but because I'm not in Arizona, but I think we're still technically Phoenix.
Interesting.
Because we're much smaller, right?
The eparchy of Phoenix is large.
Yeah.
I am not confirmed into the rite, but I am actually attending a Byzantine rite church.
Hey.
So yeah, it's eparchy of Phoenix is everything.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. Good. All right. Well, let's say hello to Toledo, St. Louis, St. Augustine, Raleigh, Providence, North Carolina, Joliet in Illinois, Grand Rapids, Florida, Dallas, Cincinnati, Charlotte, Charleston, California, Buffalo, Portland and Oregon twice, Des Moines twice, Atlanta twice, and Texas 3 times. Oh, it's been a while since Texas has won this. Well done, Texas. Good job. Way to go, Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, even Game of Favorites tonight. The first thing your favorite NPC would do with free will. Speaking of the Calvinists, this is a great prompt. Thank you, Eugen, for this prompt. This one I didn't change. I tried to, but then I was compelled to type it the way that Eugen asked me to. It was very strange. I didn't understand what was going on. But anyways, kill the PC fuddle. Rebel. Great. All right, chat. This is for all the marbles. Alaska is not bigger in Texas. That's true. We've got.
Very.
He'd definitely get to the cloud district often. Hashtag. Does that say? That doesn't say Nazism, but without the S, does it? I'm so lost with this one.
No, it's
Nazim.
It says Nazim. That's it. He's a character in Skyrim.
Oh, okay, all right. That's whew. All right. That's a much better topic. Great, excellent. I have not played Skyrim. Response number 2.
Skyrim, and I didn't recognize the name.
It's like, there's no way, right? That I'm so confused. Response number 2 is Dr. Light would make bots. Maybe we'd be safe this time. Hashtag X. Response number 3, existential crisis. Hashtag pity vote. And response number 4, we won't know until they finally release. Hashtag Silk Song. Amazing. Good. All right. Whatever your favorite answer is, I don't understand any of these because, as my chat might know, I never pay attention to story in video games.
Which is great because the last game you played was a visual novel.
Yeah, that was rough.
Sorry about that. I'll make an action game next time.
Perfect. That'll be more my speed.
You're a streamer, not a gamer.
Listen, legitimately, so often, like when you're playing a game and then it goes to cutscene, my first instinct is not, oh, there's story happening. My first instinct is double check chat to see have I missed comments. Oh boy. Yes, please don't misspell the first hashtag. Great point, Thud. Good old streamer life. All right. Great. Our results are in. He definitely get to the Cloud District often. Hashtag very tame Nazim. Well done, Kimberly. Got you 5 votes.
I absolutely spelled it wrong. I'm so sorry.
Did you?
It's spelled Z-E-E-M.
See, I...
Nazim.
Yeah, that would have been a lot safer.
Ways to give your stream host a panic attack.
Oh, goodness. Whoo. All right. Response number 2. Dr. Light would make bots. Maybe we'd be safe this time. From YOMIC. Well done. Got you 11 votes. The Existential Crisis from Sarah. Well done. Pity vote got you 18 votes. Nice. That's 18 pity votes. Goodness. And wins the round. Nicely done. And finally, we have Dan with We Won't Know Until They Finally Release Silk Song. I should have asked during that point, but what is Silk Song? Is that an RPG?
Sequel to Hollow Knight. So it stars like one of the main NPCs and boss encounters from the first game. Spoilers, I guess.
No, it's fine. That's great. All right, guys. I conveniently always forget how to do math at this point of the show. Actually, I just forget how many points different people have. So, please do not predict who you think's going to win because that ruins the suspense. And honestly, I don't know this time, but this is our final round. We're about to see who is the champion of Game of Favorites video game devs, Catholic edition, Catholic video game dev. All those words arranged in a better order. Here we go. YOMIC's at 130.9, Dan is 153.95, Sarah 157.0, and Kimberly 172.7. Kimberly, you won! Good job, brother!
I was not expecting that.
Wow, you truly are the favorite Catholic video game dev.
I think this means I do need to switch careers.
Yeah, it really does. Wow, that was...
Anyone studio hiring?
I would highly encourage it. Get in there. You started with chess. We'll finish with Catholic games. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We need more people in the industry.
It's not Rick. Would you say it's rigged no matter who won? Be honest with me. Be honest with me.
That's the only reason he won. This is ridiculous.
What a great show. Welcome to Game of Favorites, Royal Math Protector, Fluffy Crypto Coin Translator, Beer Fox, Thud, and Lilo58. It was great having you all. Congratulations to TC, who has voted 1,000 times in Game of Favorites. That means you're my favorite with a U. And congratulations to Kimberly's team, Dan Martineau, Jake Kempf, Monica, and Almighty Duck. Very nicely done. Almighty Duck is your husband, correct? Am I remembering that?
That is my husband.
Okay. Would have been really awkward if I got that wrong.
Some random person.
No. Amazing. Well, what a great show. This was fantastic. You can find, by the way, please do check out all of these developers have games out there that are completely free to play. Kimberly, you just have to hack into her old school computer and get her chess game. But other than that, you can find Shepherd of Light on Steam. You can find the demo for Wholesome Monster Girl Academia on Steam. You can find Kairos's itch page, there's a link down below, since that might be a little bit more difficult to navigate to. But they're all great places to have some good fun. I recommend them all. Dan was held back by not using his alias properly. Oh, hate to see it.
I don't know. I think the others are just funnier. I think that's what it was.
We were in the lead for like a good third at least of the game, if not 2/3. So.
It was a really close game, like the whole time, and that doesn't always happen.
No.
Like occasionally it'll be somebody's out in the lead for like most of it.
I am looking
I started
forward.
off with a huge lead with my first answer, and then like you caught up and you had a huge lead, and it was just this like very close race.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the line chart after the show.
This was a ton of fun, though. I'm so glad that I did this.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad you all joined us. This was a great night and very much enjoyed it. Talk about YOMIC's other 2 games too. I would talk more on those, but I don't know much about them. YOMIC, you mentioned one of them is a Mega Man clone. And then the other game would be, I have no idea.
When It Hits the Fan. They're both on Steam. They are paid for. So When It Hits the Fans, it's arcade top-down shooter, and Alpha Man's basically a Mega Man clone. You can see by like 3 of my answers were Mega Man, so clearly I'm obsessed.
Yeah, no, this is a classic game. I like it. Excellent. Oh yes, Brent, excellent point. So don't answer now because social pressure and things. But on Saturday nights we play a social deduction game called Blood on the Clock Tower. And you are all invited. It's kind of like Among Us, but better.
Intriguing.
It's very fun. So everyone, there's a good team, there's an evil team. The evil team is picking people off. And it's more socially oriented instead of like running around a map oriented.
So it's kind of like Werewolf, but teams, huh?
It's kind of
like that spy game from elementary school where there's the murderer blinks at people to kill them, and then there's the detective trying to figure out
yeah, more like that, where everyone's sitting in a circle. Everyone has special powers, and if you die, you get to your role is not revealed. You get to keep playing. You can even vote one more time in town hall. And you're just trying to, get the other team to lose. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, good. Excellent. All right. What a time. This was a great episode. Thank you all. Yeah, please do.
Thanks for having us on.
Of course. Please do find these folks on the social medias. We do love making the other team lose. I do. Matt Beck, I'm proud of you.
Isn't that always the goal?
I think so.
I mean, there's the goal to win, and then there's the goal to make the other team lose, and I feel like those are not the same goal in every game.
It's it's all close. It's close. Next week on my end, we have a marathon on Monday. We're going to be playing Dungeons 4, which is ironic because while we were playing YOMIC's game, we were talking a lot about interplay of like good and evil creatures, and my feelings on that. And Dungeons 4 violates a lot of the opinions that I have, but it'll be a great time. And that's all that. Do you guys have any special events coming up that you'd like to invite people to by any chance? Okay, then keep an eye out for their development projects because they're all really great. And Kimberly is going to become a huge Godot nerd, and it'll be great. It'll be so much fun.
It'll be great, I'm sure.
Do you guys have games that are coming up? Where are you in development cycles? Yes.
I'm always mid game jam almost, and Metroidvania month for like I think the 7th time in a row for me is happening. Thud in the chat is actually one of the team members of my team this time, and you should look for that game to drop on December 15th, which is the official indent jam date, or on December 16th. Because that is the game, the 24-hour late period that we have. Depending on how good my time management is, it will probably be dropping on the 16th.
Yeah, I feel that. That's super exciting. Oh, great!
And it will be if Tony, Peter. I'm sorry. I think of you as Tony because you have P Tony.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's my middle name. That's just fine.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, it'll be interesting because the artist who drew the missing cats art has drawn more twisted like things from a horrific Shel Silverstein book that he's been putting in the chat, so that'll be very entertaining for me to work on a game that's like that for the first time. That's
really fun. Oh great, yes, excellent. YOMIC, I assume that you're putting a lot of hard work into Wholesome Monster Girl Academia.
Yeah, this is a new venture for me with a lot of writing, so it's just I'm trying to iterate a process. It's going. I've got a Patreon that I update. So I give some little previews of the characters in rough and fully done states, but every once in a while I'll put a demo on there that goes a little further than what the demo is. So if people want to look at it there, they can see that.
Awesome. All right. Awesome. That's great. Kimberly was just during the show hired on to a AAA team, which is pretty wild. They're pushing Godot to its boundaries. and introducing great new game mechanics like jumping and neural links, right? That's what I heard.
I did actually have a game to talk about. It isn't a video game, but I am seeing from the chat that we have a lot of TTRPG fans in here of one thing or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to promo, if anybody is into the indie RPG scene, I have been helping, but my husband has been working for quite a while on an indie RPG that is going to release sometime next year called Emergent. And it's kind of like Stranger Things meets X-Men. Your high school kids running around slowly developing superpowers over time. And if people are interested, you can follow Emergent RPG on most social medias for updates on that.
Yeah, I think there's at least a couple people in chat that would be intrigued by that. Okay, and including me. All right, that's very exciting. Sarah, are you into game dev these days? You graduated and have...
Yeah, my published game was technically my senior project. I've been trying to do stuff on the side a little bit, but it's balancing time with getting the money to live.
Yeah. Living is important.
I have a back burner project doesn't really have a title technically, but project name placeholder is Cirque. It's like supposed to be a little pixel game that on the surface just looks like a fun little adventure game, but as you continue the story, you find out that there's more going on behind the scenes, so to speak.
I see. Okay, that sounds really intriguing. Well, excellent. I wish you the best of luck. And that time management balance is difficult. But very exciting. Great. Excellent.
Maybe I'll get it out someday.
Yes. That's how I feel about so many projects. Yes. Best of luck to you. All right. Excellent. What a show. Chat, we will have, I forgot to tell you guys this. We have an after party after the show that you are invited to be a part of. After we end the show here, then I'll just drop the Zoom link to all of chat, and anybody that wants to can jump in with us. If you still want to hang out, you would love to have you, and you can meet some of the people that were voting for you. If you're tired or if you have other things going on, Game of Favorites can be a lot. Totally get that. So please don't feel any pressure, but would love to have you there. But that is our plan. So after the credits roll, keep an eye out for the after party link. I will put that in chat. My friends, that is another episode of Game of Favorites. The most successful Game of Favorites episode we've ever done, because every week is better than the last week. Yes, even the PowerPoint episodes. Yes. It's true. Those were the best. Last week's episode was the best slideshow I've ever done. Thank you very much. All right, it was incredible. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions, and a lot of these are gifted subs. Thank you, Bob. Greatest Cecily, Squire, Calmage, Three Flax, Cartboy, KW, Kakairos, Urki, Bearded McMagic, Yeds, Jenny King, Yenzela, and Abandoned Dunder. Also, thank you to our mods, Urki, Mr. Balloons, and Jake Kemp. Shout out also to our patrons such as Kevin, Nick, Matthew, Sebastian, Jacob, Joseph, Dan, Rainbow, David, and many more. And chat, I hope you all had a great time. It was great having you, and we will see you again next week. And where's the button? Here's the button. Kimberly, would you sign us off?
So long and ciao.
God bless. God bless. God bless and ciao. God bless.
God bless and ciao. I asked you in the chat. You didn't respond to what it was.
Oops, my bad. Okay, bye.